in color, the continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neal as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord, Elizabeth Walker as Carolyn Russell, and also starring Barbara Rush as Marcia Russell.
Tonight, Marcia Russell finds herself in a house of strangers. Despite her countless efforts to win the confidence of her daughter Carolyn, she has seen the distance between the living room and Carolyn's upstairs bedroom grow to vast proportions. Carolyn, too, is totally aware of the distance between them and of her growing need for the companionship and understanding of her father.
I don't think I have a fever.
No, you don't seem to have a temperature.
No.
Oh, I think you're just tired. It's a funny old squeaky bed. How many years has it been?
What?
How many years has it been since you wanted a new one? You always wanted an antique brass bed, remember? And I always wanted to get you one.
Well, never mind. It's okay. This one's okay.
Oh, you'd love a new one. You'd love it. You know you would.
Yeah. Well, I'm used to this one.
Carolyn, I know what. Let's hunt one up together. There's an auction next Sunday because I read an ad for it in the paper, and it's only about an hour's drive away from here. We could kind of make a day of it.
Well, if I'm over this cold.
Oh, you'll feel better after a good night's sleep. And if we don't find what we want there, you know, we could drive over to Haverhill because they have a lovely old auction barn there that your father took me to once. It was charming. And you'd love that?
I don't want or need a new bed.
Well, forget the new bed. But why don't the two of us just go off for the weekend together? We don't need to go to any auction. But we could both just sit around and loaf. I think we could both use the change.
Well, I can't.
Why not?
Mainly because of the science project at school. You see, we're all teamed up to monitor the experiments. Weekends, in fact, are included. Every weekend for several months. I think I told you about that.
But Carolyn.
I'm sorry, Mummy. I've really got to get some sleep. I'd really love to talk to you now, but I'm really tired.
I think we should go.
We're supposed to be relieved by them. That doesn't mean duck out before they show up.
Yeah, but they're about 15 minutes late already. What if they don't show up for about another hour or so? Carolyn.
Better late than never.
Dave?
Hi.
Where'd you get that sweater?
I made it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's all right. You can make up for it by being about 15 minutes earlier tomorrow.
Hey, where's Lou?
I don't know.
It's all set.
Thank you.
Hey, Carolyn, please don't be late tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about the infrared lights. I guess that's supposed to fool the rats, huh?
Hey, you guys didn't have to wait. Mrs. Roberts said to wait. Until you guys dragged yourselves down here.
Hey, man, I know what Mrs. Roberts said. Okay?
I'm sorry we were late.
Okay. We'll see you.
Bye, Carolyn.
Bye-bye. All right, take it easy.
Bye-bye.
Hey, we thought we'd put the little creatures through their paces on the wheels. Well, unless you and Carolyn want to. We could switch off tomorrow. I don't care.
No, man, it's all right with me.
All right.
Yep. Today's the day we cut off their food supply. We'll cut it down, rather. They're not going to like that at all. Well, this isn't fun for me either.
Now, what in the world are we caging up a bunch of rats for, huh? And then feeding them, and then feeding them less. Man,
What do you mean?
I mean, they're scared. They don't want to play this game. Our game.
Come on.
No. No, I mean, they know they're being caged, you know. They know they're trapped. Don't you think they don't?
Well, according to Pat and Dennis's report, they've only had trouble with Mr. Red. It seems he's been a bit hard on a few of his neighbors.
You know, he knows. Mr. Red knows he's trapped.
Well, why don't we feed them and get that done?
Feed them. Yeah, okay. Let's feed them. But I hope they don't eat, especially Mr. Red.
Did you really knit that sweater?
No.
Hey, maybe we should turn it and give them an idea of what to do.
Look, they'll figure it out or they won't. That's the whole idea.
Yeah, I guess so.
What's up with you?
Nothing.
You've been acting as though something's the matter ever since school started. As a matter of fact, ever since you got back from New York.
Hey, okay, let's just forget it, all right?
Why should we forget it?
Because you wouldn't understand anyway.
I might.
Okay. Okay, in New York, you see, I had friends. I mean real friends for the first time in my life, you know?
I think I can understand what real friendship means.
Yeah, well, I doubt it.
All right. Just you. Just you understand what that means.
Yeah, well, maybe. Maybe because like the cats in New York, man, well, and the rats, too. They had the ears to hear. You know what I mean?
Like any other friend.
No. Not like any other friend. I could trust them, you see? I could trust them to listen, to hear. Yeah, that's what I had going for me in New York. And that's what I found in New York, and that's what I'm fresh out of here. And so are they.
Well, I'm trying to understand, but...
Yeah, but I know you can't. Hey, but it's all right. It's all right. So let's just feed the rats, all right? That's something we both understand, right?
I guess so.
Come on, chow time, chow time.
You wait for me in here. And I mean wait. No push-ups and no cartwheels. You got me?
Oh, hello, Admiral.
Dr. Miles, you got a minute?
Sure, come on in. What can I do for you?
It's about Harrington.
Oh, yeah. Well, what about
Well, it looks like we got ourselves a regular tiger by the tail.
him? I'll get to the point, Admiral. I'm a little pressed for time.
I just thought you might like to know that he just navigated the length of the corridor on his own feet.
Oh, yes, in the walking device.
Yeah, the walking device.
Yes, you've come a long way, both of you.
Is that all you're going to say? We've come a long way? Yeah, he's still your patient. You're the surgeon. I'm just the therapist. I thought you might want to talk about his therapy.
Yes, I do, Admiral. As soon as my schedule permits, we'll get around to it.
Okay, Dr. Miles, I know you're a very busy man. No, it's just that it's been a long time since we wheeled that boy out of your operating room. We've come a long way, both of us. It's been a long, hard fight.
Yes, it certainly has. Well, what would you like, Atwell? An award of some kind?
No. I know my place, Dr. Miles.
Good. I'm happy to hear that, Atwell. I hope you'll try to remember it.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, Mrs. Miles?
Hi. Honey, I'm sorry to be late, and I know you said to be on time, but
What else is new?
a little tense in here.
What makes you say that?
You need to relax. Nothing. Just nothing. I kiss you, and just nothing.
Oh, I see. Zap.
Better. Now you can take me to lunch. That lunch we missed.
Lunch? What lunch? I only said coffee.
As I recall, you said coffee. But I figured it after that long, silent treatment at breakfast this morning. It would take more than coffee to sweeten you up.
Well, I've only got $3 in my pocket, and it'll either be the cafeteria or the lunch wagon. That is, unless you're doing the treat.
Well, I'm afraid no cafeteria and no treat, because I've just spent all my housekeeping money buying your son new underwear. So it'll have to be the lunch wagon. The cold air will sort of help cool you off.
All right, what happened to it? The drawers, the underwear. You bought a whole batch of the stuff before you left for New York.
Oh, that's right. But you know how boys are. They lose things. I don't think they know where they're at half the time. You know, Lou is always losing something.
Yeah, since when? He's always been a well-adjusted boy. Don't tell me all habits are changing.
And what's that supposed to mean? What's Lou done now?
That's just it. I don't know that he's done anything.
Well, something's wrong. What do you think he's done? Aren't you going to tell me?
Well, it's just that someone placed a call to New York and charged it to me, that's all.
And you think it was Lou? So collect. He's working.
Oh, honey, I didn't say he did it. But whoever it was called a hospital.
Oh, you mean you're all upset because, maybe some intern stuck you with that $2 phone call. Why blame Lou?
Honey, forget it. It's not important, okay? I thought you'd like that. Good morning. Chilly.
It's nice, though. I like it.
Delightful, huh?
Uh-huh.
We ought to get some hot coffee, huh? Hello. Hi, let's have 2 hot dogs, 2 coffees.
Yes, sir.
Make mine just coffee, please, Harry.
All right, in that case, make it just 2 coffees.
Right.
That'll help pay for the phone call.
All right. Maybe I'm making a big thing out of it, but I still think Lou made that call. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, have you asked Lou?
Oh, I didn't have to, honey. I know when he's evading.
Maybe you've been too hard on him. I think both of us have been after him too much lately. Oh, I realize he's not himself. Something's upset him. And he hasn't called any of his old friends since he's been back. Poor Joanne. She called the house yesterday.
But, honey, it's what's upsetting Lou that's our problem.
Harry, why are we so worried?
Because he's keeping something from us and going to a lot of trouble to do it.
We raised a pretty good boy, you know that.
Sure we did, but things can happen to nice guys, too.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?